Welcome to Defragmentation with Attitude, a range of reusable learning objects available from liamoog.com.
The problem I've had is using my Truma original unit, and it has failed, and it appears to have failed because oil is apparently escaping from the gas cylinders and damaging the membranes inside of this Truma device. This device is no longer in production because while it has the ability to protect a gas escape on the low pressure end, if the pipe or if downstream of the low pressure it's broken, in the event of there being an accident, it has limited protection. So they've produced a new device that we can see an extra element on it, which is this element here, which has an accelerometer on it, which allows it to account for a change in G-force above a certain level. It has to be fitted horizontally, so it's fitted horizontally, so the G-force is in this direction here. So if the vehicle stops very suddenly and the gas pipe is not broken, the G-force will trip the switch, and this is a reset button here. I can just reset it here. Now the difference in both these situations here is that the problem I have is of the levels. Okay, you can see on this one here, this is the original fitting. This one here comes out at a lower level. So what I'm placing in here is, Mary, hold on, two elbows, which brings it back up to my level. Now we move over here. The solution we're proposing to use here is a filter system. And this filter, it's an oil filter, again fitted vertically. Just hold that there, Mary. Right. So what will happen is I will connect this typically onto the hose that goes onto my bottle. It will go through an oil filter and then into my Geomatic that will go in there, right? Now you can just see that oil filter itself is a replaceable item. So every year I replace this, and there are two O-rings, one at the top and then an O-ring. This O-ring here will go into the bottom, so we can see this. Also the orientation of this opening, I can switch this in any direction once I loosen this nut here. So then we move on to this type of fitting here. So you'll see on this is called a Combi Connector here. This here, it's a Combi Connector. Now I could have had three different types. One a gross flasher, which would have a 21.8mm left-hand thread without a seal, which is the German standard, or I could have a kleiner flasher, which would have again a 21.8mm diameter, 1.5mm pitch left-hand thread without a seal. But this combi will allow me to connect into either of those.
I thought that was with the seal, no? It was without, not
without.
Without.
Now, so in this case here, given that this part here, that going from my Geomatic, which is over here, I'll be coming through my filter, and now I'll be going from here using a flexible connection. Can you show me a flexible connection there? So we're going to use a flexible connection to go off into my gas bottle. And over here I've got a number of different adapters because unfortunately gas bottles differ from country to country. So there you can see a flexible gas hose. So for example, if I just look through this here, now I know it's through the plastic, but we'll see that that's a German connection without a seal. So that's a G12 connector, and the G12 we would see on, if this was a Truma extension cable, and on the Truma extension cable, this green button here is a protection device for escaping high pressure in the event that the cable from the bottle to the regulator breaks. then this device will trip. So there's a number of Truma versions for different arrangements. The German connection says it's a G12, and G12 is actually, you just see it written, hidden in the background there is the letter G12. So what I have to do is, in this case here, I'm going to have to arrange for this section here to be able to break out into a number of different connections. So just if I give you one example, here's the English connection, which is a POV connection, which I did understand, but that was anyway, that was the POV. So that's a left-hand thread there. So if I connect that in here, you want to show it up there? So you can see a left-hand thread. So by left-hand thread we mean turning anti-clockwise. Okay. So as we see then, that device here, this interconnect, allows me to connect my standard German bottle to or connector to an English bottle. Similarly, I have a number of different standards here. So they are the interfaces with a number of different European bottles here. On that side, each of these is different. Not sure which one for each country, but what you'll see on the other side is that they all the same interface. So they will all appear as if they are German bottles.
Thanks for watching this reusable learning object from liamoog.com.